Hello, welcome back to another quantitative chemistry video where I'm going to talk through another version of the reactive mass calculation. This one is quite a difficult question. It's worth 6 marks. The reason it's worth 6 marks is it's asked you to calculate the concentration. All they've given you is a mass and a volume of something that is not even the magnesium chloride. So I need to first be able to work out my mass of magnesium chloride to be able to answer this question. So before I start using the table method, I'm just going to talk through the two equations we're going to have to use in this one. First triangle is moles equals mass divided by mR. I'm then going to use the fact I can calculate mass to then work out concentration, because mass is equal to concentration divided by volume. I'm going to have a look at this question and see if there's any other piece of information I'm potentially going to just need to use. So they've given me 100 centimeters cubed volume of hydrochloric acid. Well, I'm not going to talk about acid for a minute. I'm just going to talk about water. If I've got a beaker of water with 100 centimeters cubed of water as the volume, and I add in 1 tablespoon of sodium chloride, what would the volume of my salt water be? Well, it would just be the same as my initial volume of the water, because all the salt has dissolved in my water. So the volume of my salt water will be 100 centimeters cubed. I'm going to apply this principle to this question as well. So I've got 100 centimeters cubed of hydrochloric acid. I'm then going to add in 0.72 grams of magnesium. That means then all my magnesium is going to react with my hydrochloric acid, which leaves me with a volume still 100 centimeters cubed. So what we've worked out then is the fact that my volume of my magnesium chloride is 100 centimeters cubed. Another thing we need to use this volume for is actually just converting units, because I've got 100 centimeters cubed, but they want it in grams per decimeter cubed. So please remember to go from centimeters cubed to decimeters cubed. I'm going to have to divide by 1,000. So this number will be 0.1 decimeter cubed. So that is my volume, which we'll need a little bit later on. So my volume is 0.1 decimeter cubed. Going back to my triangle, I need to calculate my mass before I can calculate my concentration, because I've got my volume. We know my volume is 0.1 decimeter cubed, but I'm going to calculate my mass of magnesium chloride. And to do that, I'm going to use my reactive masses table. So start by writing the equation of what we've got. Magnesium plus hydrochloric acid. They were nice enough. They've given me the formula of magnesium chloride, MgCl2. Hopefully you remember, when you have a metal and an acid, you're going to make a metal chloride and hydrogen gas. One thing that you should all be screaming at is the fact this is not balanced. So I'm going to put a big 2 in front of the hydrochloric acid, and now it's balanced. Doesn't really make much difference to this if you forget to balance the equation. I don't think you would lose any marks, because they've told you that you've got too much acid than what you need anyway. So now I'm going to draw my table. Ratio, mass, mR, moles. Ratio is 1 to 2 to 1 to 1. The mass they've given me is 0.72 grams of magnesium, and they want me to calculate the mass of magnesium chloride. They've given me my relative formula mass of magnesium, or relative atomic mass of magnesium, which is what I'm going to put into this part of the table. As you go down the table, you are going to divide. So I have 0.72 divided by 24, which is 0.03 moles. Because I've got a ratio of 1 to 1, therefore when I move this number across, it's going to be exactly the same anyway, 0.03 moles. They've given me my MR of magnesium chloride as 95. As I go up my table, I'm going to times. So I'm going to do 0.03 times 95, which is 2.85 grams. We're still not done. There's still a little bit more to do to this question because they want concentration. I've got my mass, so I've got my mass to equal 2.85 grams, my volume to be 0.1 decimeter cubed, going back up to this part of the question. So for me to calculate concentration is the same as doing mass divided by volume. So 2.85 grams divided by 0.1 decimeter cubed gives me a final volume of 28.5 grams per decimeter cubed. I hope this has helped. The nice thing about these questions, even if you don't get the final answer, please always try and calculate moles because you will pick up marks quite easily on these questions. Same with the unit conversion. The unit conversion of 100 centimetres cubed to decimetres cubed, you're likely to pick up 1 mark as well. I hope this question has been useful. And as mentioned before, if you've got any questions or want me to go through anything in particular, please leave it in the comment section below. Thank you. Have a lovely day.